Hello, I'm back with another video. I'm sorry it's been so long, but work has been really hectic. I don't know if you heard, we had some tornadoes here in the Dallas area, some big time storms. We had like 2 that hit in 1 week. I work for the water utilities industry, and it was some busy time with all the power outages and stuff. But anyway, I've been really busy, finally getting caught up on everything, so I decided to sit down and make some new videos. This previous arc, the Gorn, introduced some new Strange New World officers. For the longest time, for me at least, the crew that you're looking here has been my META PVE crew. It's still really good, but is it the best now with these new PVE officers and the Strange New World came out with? So I did some testing tonight. I'm going to pop in a few other combinations, but we're going to look at these Strange New World officers and see how good are they. You know, there was some hype earlier that Chapel was the only good officer in that first part of the arc, and I didn't see that, so I went hard on Mabinga, and you know what? I'm happy that I did, because he is a really good officer, and so were the other 2. I'm glad that I did, and now we're going to look at some testing. The Janeway crew has been my meta for a good long while, and I'll still use it, especially on new hostiles that I haven't tested anything on. This would probably be still one that I would go to. I'm going to use my tier 12 Reteran. You can see I don't have a forbidden technology for PvE. I've got one for PvP, so that's not going to help me, so there's no bonus there. Good, because I didn't plan on changing it out for this, because we're trying to see how good the officers are. And what I'm going to test this on is on a Romulan 66 battleships, because I'm using an interceptor. And let me tell you, once you get into 6-star and even 5-star, I would say, you don't really want to go against the triangle very often, because you just take up too much hull damage. And especially up here, especially when I'm punching up as high as I am. I'm using an Ops 60 ship on 66 system hostiles. This is going to be all crewing, because the ship is not able on its own to take these hostiles out, so it's all crewing. Okay, my lower deck is going to be the same for all the tests, just the bridge officers are going to change. And I'm going to be using Tindy, Paris, Pella, Chapel, E. Troy, BT, and Hugh on all these combinations. You're going to see the lower deck will not change, because I found this is the best combination for my lower deck in this ship. Each test is going to be on one hostile, 166 Romulan battleship. So keep that in mind. One hostile. We're going to look at the damage that my Reteran takes with each of these crews. So let's look at the Janeway crew. Okay, the Janeway crew is 2 hours, 23 minutes. That's kind of on the edge of being able to do your dailies up here. Most of the time when I was only using this set, I would always use my Titan to boost it, just because I needed to do that for my daily runs anyway. So I would use the Titan, and I would easily mow through these. This crew could not do a 67. It can't, and a couple of these other crews can, I'm going to show you. And then I'll show you a live demonstration of one doing the new meta. This is a really good crew, but I'm going to show you several others that are better than Janeway now. Recently, with events in the new arc that's going on right now, I got a bunch of E. Picard shards, so I was able to tier E. Picard to tier 4. While I was going to test these Strange New Worlds officer, I decided to test this crew. When Picard was tier 3, it didn't do close to the Janeway crew in results. So let's take a look at what I got when I was doing it this time. E. Picard at tier 4, I get 2 hours and 4 minutes. So yeah, this is actually better than the Janeway crew now. And while I was up here, I went ahead and decided to do a run with Riker. And let me say, no, you don't want to do that. As you can see right here, full E. Picard crew was 5 hours in 31 minutes. I doubt I would have been able to do 2. So this is one that you can kill one, but probably not 2. So this is a crew you wouldn't want to use. Okay, now let's start looking at the new Strange New World officers. And remember that there were a few people on YouTube, and I've said that Chapel was the only officer worth seeking. Well, I'm telling you it wasn't true. You're going to see some really good results with this crew. And I'll tell you this, up until tonight, this was the crew I used up here. After tonight, I won't do that. So the Mabinga crew, 1 hour and 18 minutes, over an hour's difference between Janeway and Mabinga. So this is a very good crew. If you have both of these guys, these are both guys you should work on tearing up when there's sourcing for some of these. There are sourcing in some of the new refineries. So these are guys that you're wanting to get and doing what you need to do in the Gorn refinery to get some of these guys and tear them up, because this is a really good crew. But is it the best? Well, let's look at this. Another one that I heard on Discord that people were using was replace E-Data with Himmer. Replace Mabinga with James Kirk, the Kirk brother, what people are calling the Kirk brothers crew. This was a good crew, but as you can see, it's not near as good as the Mabinga crew. But it works. It's better than Janeway from about 11 minutes damage. So it is better than Janeway crew, but it's not better than the one I'm about to show you. There's 2 more that are actually way better than this one. So we're gonna switch Himmer with Pike. Let's take a look and see what the damage of this was. Okay, we're looking at 1 hour and 5 minutes. So it's even better than in the Mabinga crew. So you got James Kirk, Sam Kirk, and Pike. My Pike is completely tiered out. My James Kirk, I think, is tier 3. And I believe my Sam Kirk is tier 3 as well. Yeah, tier 3 there. So I got tier 3 Kirk brothers, and I've got a tiered out Pike. This is a really good crew. Is it the best crew? Well, let's look. I tried, instead of showing this and say some time on the video, I tried it with Pike. Pike is another one of the 5-hour clubs. I tried with Pike in the middle with James on the side and Sam on the side. And it's one you wouldn't use. But because I'd heard somebody said they had good success with that as well. But no, from pound for pound, this is the second best crew. The better crew that I'm going to show you here just barely beats it out. Let's go lower deck. Let's get Mr. Data and put him right back there. We got E-Data, James Kirk, Sam Kirk. We're looking at 1 hour and 1 minute. So this is the new meta, guys, right here. It's going to be James Kirk, Sam Kirk, and E-Data. Okay, let's see how high this crew can punch. I tried it on 67s, and it was pretty successful. But I wanted to see just how high it could punch. So I'm going to give it a little bit of help with my Sorrentos and Titan. Let's see how it does. We're in the 67 system, and we're going after 68 battleships here. Wow, we're talking about a Ops 60 ship versus a 68 hostile. Barely survived, but I did. I can't wait to see what this officers do at tier 4. You can see the real potential of this crew of being really good for a while. I'm going to show you some other crews for some of the specialty stuff, like the silent enemies and stuff like that on another video. I just don't want to make this one really, really long, but I plan to do that because it's getting to be in this game where you got to have specialty crews. And I'm telling you, here in 6-star space, James Kirk crew with E-Data is definitely the way to go. Until next time.